Welcome to the Complete Fitness Podcast with Core for Complete Fitness. Your episode is starting in 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, people. Happy 22nd of February. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Almost through the second month of the year. Before I dive in, like always, guys, if you could please sign up, subscribe to this podcast. It'll help us grow this thing organically through you guys. The more subscribers we get, the more they bump it up on the iTunes and Spotify's and all that stuff as far as the charts go. It'll help us get notoriety. If this has helped you in any way, if you could share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it on social media, and we'll keep cranking these out for you guys. Every single week, the Complete Fitness Podcast. Subscribe. That's all you got to do. Now to dive into the fun stuff. So today, I want to talk to you. I heard this phrase 2 weeks ago. And somebody said most people, or the worst time to buy an umbrella, is when it's raining. For obvious reasons, right? You're already in the middle of this shitstorm and you're like, oh my God, I got to get an umbrella. And then you're getting all wet and you're like, I should have just bought one of these damn things last time I was out. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people go, I'll wait for things to get chaotic or things to hit the fan before I actually take action and do the things that I need to do. So today's podcast is all about kind of reprogramming your brain. And when you have these moments that maybe things are going a little bit easy or slower, you have a good week at work, those are the times where you want to prepare for when things get crazy or when things get difficult. And I'll give you an example. We have a sip of my Cavassier. If any of you guys have ever seen the Ladies' Man movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, let's talk about in terms of fitness, right? Everybody wants to get in shape 2 times a year, generally speaking, right after the new year, because it's a new year and it's going to be different this time and X, Y, and Z. And then it's usually, depending on where you live, maybe right around now, right when it starts teetering around 50-ish degrees. And you're like, okay, I can put on maybe a t-shirt, or I can start to think about putting on shorts and a t-shirt. And then you go, crap, I really got to get in shape. Oh my God, I let myself go. And the storm is there, right? And you go, I got to do all this work. And I've had, 6-7 months to get my ass in shape. But now I have to focus on doing it in the next 30 or 45 days. That's when people do these yo-yo diets. They lose 10, they gain 12, they lose 20, they gain 22. And they're like, oh my God. And their body's going, what the hell's going on? Why are you doing this to me and putting me through it? Whereas if you were just prepared for the storm year round, maybe you have like a little 5-pound bubble that you got to get off, which isn't a big deal. You can blast that off in a couple weeks instead of having to go, crap, I waited. The storm is here. I have to lose 20 pounds. None of my clothes fit. My confidence is shot. I'm embarrassed. I don't want to take my shirt off at the beach. And you're caught in this storm and you're going, how the heck do I fix this? What do I do? And you have to go pedal to the metal. You can apply this to anything. You talk about people, in terms of work and even just making money. People only want to work extra hours when they're broke. People only want to stay late at work if they need more money. It's never, oh my God, things are going good. I'm going to try to work some extra hours just because I want to work some extra hours. Maybe you got nothing going on. Maybe your family's out of town like mine. But it's always when shit's hitting the fan that you go, I'll do anything. I'll pick up the extra shift. I'll work the extra hours. I'll try to make some more money. It's again, you're waiting. It's the same principle. You're waiting until the storm is here before all these behaviors start to change. Imagine if that was your default, right? Imagine if your default was win, lose, or draw. I'm going to stay here a little bit later, do a great job, and try to make some extra money. Imagine if it's, October or middle of June or July, and you have to work out year round because you want to be healthy year round instead of having to wait until the storm is here and you go, I got to do all this work. Crap, I wish I really would have stayed in shape. And you can see how waiting for the storm to hit, and it always hits. It's never going to hit at the time that you want, or generally speaking, when you think it's going to happen. But that's why it's super duper important that you stay ready year round for whenever that storm is going to hit. And it's inevitable. And I think a lot of people think that just in the way we live our lives, that there's bad things that happen or stressful things that happen, then they go away and it's never going to happen again. I'm telling you, it doesn't work like that. Everything's cyclical. You'll have a really good couple months, then you might have a month that's chaotic. The chaotic month goes away, and then everything is just kind of on this pendulum swinging. It very rarely is just stuck in the middle. It's usually kind of over here for a while, over there for a while, and you might be in between for a tiny bit of time. But that pendulum always swings, right? When things are bad, they're never really as bad as we always thought they would be. When they're great, they're never really as great as we thought they would be. And we're always kind of in this funk that's kind of in the middle, which is good. You don't want to be just living on two extremes. But for a lot of people, we tend to go, it's all or nothing. Either I'm saving money or I'm spending it. Either I'm out of shape or I'm in shape. Either I'm, doing yoga, or this can be applied to anything. But you guys get what I'm saying. Instead of living in these extremes, instead of waiting for the storm to hit before you go to the store and buy an umbrella, buy the umbrella knowing that there's going to be a storm that's going to hit. How much easier do you think your life would be if you were prepared for those storms every single time they were there? You probably wouldn't stress as much. Imagine going into the summertime and knowing either I'm already in shape, I'm done, or maybe you just got to get 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds off. That's going to be super duper easy. Imagine going, okay, this is a slow month for work, but I got a bunch of money saved in the bank, so I know I'm going to be okay. Or you're going to go on a vacation or whatever it is, but you can see how that preparedness sets you up for success for months and months and months to come, rather than just living in the current moment. Or it's, I need this. Oh crap, I'm stuck in a storm. How do I fix this? Where do I go? It's too extreme. And you're constantly, again, you're on that yo-yo. It's either I'm not doing anything or I'm going 100 miles an hour. And once the 100 miles an hour, the storm goes away, I'm back to not doing anything. And meanwhile, your body's trying to figure out what the heck's going on. I think I've mentioned it in here before, but it's really bad for your body, for your central nervous system to kind of always live in extremes, right? A lot of people, when they come to the gym, the first thing they say is, how quickly can I lose 30 pounds? And I'm like, what do you want me to tell? I can starve you for 2 weeks and you can probably lose 30 pounds. We can get you on the treadmill, put one of those plastic bags on you and just run you into oblivion. You can lose 30 pounds. Do you want to do it safely? Do you want to keep it off? Do you want to gain 32 pounds back? And just automatically, like, you want to just shake these people and go, you're within 2 seconds, you're already automatically setting yourself up for failure. And you can just read them like a book. Where instead of saying, I want to lose 30 pounds, I don't give a shit how long it takes, I'm getting it off, and I want to be healthy for years and years to come. You can see the difference in between, I got to get this off, I got to hit this number. When I get there, I'm going to cease activity. It'll all gain back, and then I'll have to come back in 6 months later. I got to get 25, 35 pounds off now. How quick can you do this? And your body's constantly going, what's going on? I'm either slaving away or I'm doing absolutely nothing, where instead it likes kind of these happy mediums. And that's not to say you might have those weeks where you knock it out of the park, or you lose 4 pounds or 5 pounds in a week instead of 2 or 3 or whatever it may be. But our bodies are well-oiled, well-designed machines, and they don't like to be this constant extreme fallback. They like to have, just like we do, a nice, steady, systematic thing where they go, okay, this isn't too taxing. This isn't too insane. I like this. I can lose 1 pound to 2 pounds a week. We got a nice system going on, rather than going 100 miles an hour, day one, super sore. You're not eating anything, drinking water, taking a fat loss pill. Your body goes, what the hell just happened? It's very hard for it to adapt and very hard for it to adjust. And if you do that multiple times a year, you can see why people get stressed out, they get sick, their body starts to shut down, their metabolism gets out of whack, and you can really mess up your body doing that just internally, um, going to these extremes over and over and over again. So if you're trying to get there the fastest, I know we're talking about the eye of the storm today, but to get not too much off topic, which I know I usually do, don't do that. Now, in terms of, let's say, your job, your work, pretty much every single job in the USA kind of has slow seasons, busy seasons. If it's not a season, it's a time of day, hours that you're busy, hours that you're slow. And a lot of people, when it is their busy season, it's all systems go. And we do this at the gym, and I know we do. So every time when summer ends, I kind of shoot a little video, give everybody a pep talk. But you adapt to your surroundings, right? Our crew in July has a different vibe, a different mindset than our crew in, let's say, January or September. It's like sharks out for blood. This is our busy season. Go, 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 go. Whereas the summertime, a little bit more lax. Our coaches are taking vacations. Our members are taking vacations. Kids are out of school. So it's just a different vibe. We're still cool. People are signing up and stuff like that, but it's just not quite as pedal to the metal as it is when our really busy times are here. And I know even for me, when you get weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months of that, you kind of get accustomed to just this is how things go. This is normal. And I'm not going to lie, it's kind of nice and it's kind of comfortable. The problem is coming out of that, it's always a big reality check and a slap in the face, right? When we're going from July and August, which are kind of slow, kids are going back to school, parents are getting back into a routine. September hits, which is kids are back to school, parents are freed up again, they want to get back in the gym. All of a sudden, it's like phone call, email, and this is coming out of nowhere. We're like, it's been so chill in here for so long that the meeting back on the other end of that pendulum, you're like, oh my God, where is this coming from? A couple of weeks go by and that becomes your norm. You get back into the groove, back into the routine, phone calls, emails, and things like that. You just get busy. And then naturally what happens, December comes, it slows down. January, it happens again. You get super duper busy. February, it slows down. So there's always kind of these waves that you're riding along the way. But I've been trying to make a habit of in the summertime preparing for the storm that is coming in September so it doesn't do that to me. Once it gets busy, the last thing that I want to do in September, it's like September now, for those of you guys that aren't in the gyms, is like the new January. Kids are back to school. Parents want to get back into routines. January's, yes, is still kind of busy, but not as busy as September. That's like your bread and butter month now. It kind of sets you up for the whole year. So instead of just sitting on my hands and going, yeah, September, I know it'll be busy, I try to do all the stuff I can, plan September out. What are we going to do for a promotion? Do I have to buy new equipment? What's some stuff that's breaking? Maybe I'll dust, maybe I'll clean to get it looking spotless. August, we usually have free time. So I'm like, okay, I'll get everything looking great for September. The gym looks fantastic, smells fantastic. Everything is good. Equipment is good. That way, when September comes and the storm is here, I'm completely prepared because I know I bought my umbrella back in the summertime when it was nice and slow. Imagine the gyms are going crazy, phone calls, emails, and I'm preoccupied going, shit, I sat on my hands for 3-4 months not doing a damn thing, and I got 21,000 things on my plate now. I really wish when it was slow, I would have done X, Y, and Z. And that's what I think a lot of people do is they go, I'm so complacent. And you have to kind of give yourself these little reality check moments every month or every couple months and go, what was I doing 2 months ago or 3 months ago? Am I performing or am I doing things in January? Am I doing them now? And it's okay because I know things are going to change and things will be different just depending on the month and time of day. But you still have to make sure that you're staying sharp, that you're doing the things that you should be doing day in, day out. Because just like everything, if you start off well rested at 100%, just the way life is, over time, that'll start to teeter. And then before you know it, you're operating at 70 and you're like, how the hell did I get here? and you got to work your way back up to the top rather than just going like a little dip down and then bumping yourself back up. It's a really, really easy adjustment, just like how we said with losing weight in here and the storm idea. You'd rather just stay in that little, maybe 5 pound bubble all year round and just have to do a little bit of work because you stayed in shape all year round, then go, crap, I got to get 20, 30 pounds off of me. I completely let myself go. Now I got to do 10 times the work in the smallest amount of time possible. I'm stressed out. My body's exhausted. I'm tired. Oh my God, I really wish I would have stayed all year round. So my challenge to you, depending on where you live, we're going to be, when you guys get this, it'll be the last Wednesday in February, February 22nd. And the week after that will be March 1st. March is the month where things start to change. Snow's all thawed out here for whatever reason this month, but that's your opportunity. And you're going to see people start to go, jackets are coming off, t-shirts are going on. Maybe you still got some jeans on, but I'm telling you, don't wait until shit hits the fan when you go, crap, none of my stuff fits. Start now. Start now and make a promise, make a goal to yourself that you're going to stay in shape all year round, because that's what you should be doing. It is way easier to do little bites every single day or every other day over the course of the year than try to eat an entire elephant all at once in a 30 to 60 day period. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I've touched on this before. The people that take those little bites every day or every other day all year round can eat 2 to 3 elephants over the course of the year, rather than the people that don't do anything and they try to force feed a giant elephant in a 60-day period. You're not going to be able to do it. It's going to be exhausting. It's going to be tiring. And you're going to look at all these people going, well, how did they eat 2 to 3 elephants? Oh, how did they get in shape all year round? They must be doing X, Y, and Z. And it's not fair. And it's not this. And it's not rocket science. They just did the simple stuff every single day, every other day to keep them on track. And then there's the other side of the coin that goes, crap, the storm is here. Where's my umbrella? Oh my God, how am I going to eat this giant elephant? It's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I think people tend to think that, people that are in shape or, are great at business or whatever kind of their gift is that, we might not have. They tend to go, you know what? I'm just not cut out for that. I'm just not built for that. They must have this thing that I don't. And it's really not. I used to think like that, thinking they have this superpower where their brain can go 10,000 miles an hour computations more than mine can. And it really isn't. It's just doing the simple things day in, day out, and knowing that when everybody's quitting, when everybody's stopping, you go, I'm just going to keep going. If you can put that in the back of your brain and go, 80% of the population is going to drop off probably when things get somewhat difficult. That's just how the world is. When things are uncomfortable, when things are challenging, instead of trying to push through and challenge themselves and get through and maybe learn from a moment, they go, check, please, throw in the towel. This is uncomfortable. I don't like this. I want to be done. This is scary over here. So if you can just go, okay, I lost them, that's when you really start to gain all that ground. So when things get challenging, know that's your time that you're going to make the biggest gaps in terms of getting in shape, in terms of performing at work, in terms of just moving your life along. The hard parts, people are going to start dropping like flies. And if you're the one fly that goes, I got you, bastards, I'm going to keep on going, that's how you separate from that pack and ultimately move forward and grow in all things in your life, not just health and fitness, but financially with your family and all that stuff. So that's all I got for you. Happy Wednesday. I'm doing this one a day early on a Monday. My family's been gone for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They'll be coming back 4.5 days. The one thing that I've learned, for those of you that don't have kids or you're by yourself, dear God, there is a lot of time in the day. It was cool. I'm not going to lie. There was hours of silence that I enjoyed. And part of it is like football's done. What am I going to do? What am I going to watch? But there's only so many hours that you can actually like sit around and watch TV before you just feel like a bum. I woke up in the morning, got some work done on the computer. There's a two apps that we're going back with to trying to kind of play with that I think are going to be cool for the gym. So I downloaded those, messed with them. I went for a jog, got home, and now I'm like, well, shit, that was a lot that I got done. I'm so used to having like kids interject, and what would usually take an hour ends up taking 2 because I'm taking breaks and there's crying and there's this, and I can't really focus. But just being able to get like everything done, there's a lot of freaking hours in the day, a lot of hours in the day. So those of you that don't have kids ain't got no excuse to not kick us parents that have children's asses up and down the basketball court if you're trying to do something with your life. Now's the time to do it. There's a lot of hours in the day. But it'll be weird. It's weird going from noise to quiet. And then I'm sure it'll be weird going back from quiet to noise. But the house is not burned down. It's clean. Maybe not to my wife's standards, but to my standards it is. Took out the poopy diapers, trash is out, all good stuff. But yeah, it's been fun. What else, peoples? That's about all that's been going on in my life. Living the life as a bachelor again. Supplements, you guys know the drill. Head to core4supplements.com. Should you need anything at all, word is getting out that we do probably have the best protein powder in the world, in the galaxy, in the universe, in the multiverse. It really is the best. I'm not just saying it because we have it. If it tasted like shit, I wouldn't have it on the shelves here because I know people wouldn't buy it and I would be embarrassed. It really is the best tasting protein powder I have ever had. Hands down, 100%. So if you're looking for a new protein powder or you're scared because you tried some in the past that weren't good, I promise you, this is the best protein powder that you will ever have. If you go to core4supplements.com, we got vanilla frosting, chocolate brownie, cinnamon roll, all are fantastic. We got BCAAs, we got pre-workouts, we got the whole 9 yards. And if you use the code word podcast at checkout, you will save 10% off your entire order. And if you spend over $100, you get free shipping. So if you want to just do one shipment and get yourself a couple months worth and use the 10% code, you can, and save your butts a bunch of money. But that's all, peoples. I love you. By this time, when you hear this, I will be back to having a house full of women. So if I seem a little bit more chipper this week, then that is likely why. But that's all, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. And we will see you all back in here next week. Adios.